The following video contains spooky skeleton man mauling at a dumb fuck. Viewer discretion is advised. So, sex is non-binary. Intersex conditions literally disprove it, not only in the chromosomal sense, but even in the gametic sense. You can have individuals who are capable of producing both gametes. If you give me like a minute, I can provide literature on that.
Yeah, I'll have to look up too, but I know exactly which intersex condition you're talking about, and it's just not true.
Oh, it's not? Okay. That's news to me. Have you read have you not read the literature on this?
No, I have. It's just like this is actually just like it's nothing against like people say it's like oh TERF talk. It's like nothing like that. It's not like TERF is. It's like this
It is
just like
exactly what
true thing that a
it
lot
is.
of
Turf
people
talking
get
points.
wrong. No, it's like you can say that, but it's not anything against.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to put in
Like,
Scientific American article right here, Beyond the XX and XY. Right. It has a nice little.
I'm going to ask like one more time. When I ask like, is it male female sexual assignment at birth? Is that what you're arguing right now? Like I got
no, it's not at first. People can get misclassified, but like if you look at the literature of these like intersex conditions, like they still get classified as male or female.
You mean they get assigned male and female, right?
No.
No. They get assigned a label that is male or female. Correct?
No,
There's can you
either
intrinsically find a male or okay? Can you intrinsically find a male or female in the wild? Is there like a stone tablet that says male is this, female is that we just discovered?
It's defined. It's like I'm just saying that this is true. It's defined by which.
No.
I think exactly in the literature it's called like which developmental pathway for which gamete you went down.
And what happens if you produce both gametes?
Divisions do get classified as either one or the other. Like there's just like no need. Like you can be for trans people, not like be anti-trans, but still just like
okay.
That's correct.
No, so that is one definition of sex that you could go down, but that is not. But it is not. It is not. No. It is not even a holistic interpretation of the definition of sex. Not even that, but you can have people who produce no gametes or produce towards both gametes, which would suggest that sex is not binary based on like production of gametes.
No, because again, it's not classified by like if you can actually produce sperm or if you can actually produce eggs. It's by which developmental pathway your body went down in order to create the.
And even then, I'd argue that it would be a spectrum. So if you have like an 80%, if you can do it 80% of the way, but you still can't produce one, like what? How far down do you have to go before you can be labeled as such?
So there's the one intersex condition that most people try to talk about here is ovotesticular disorder.
Yeah.
There are about 500 cases known in medical literature in total.
Yeah. That disproves a binary.
No, because all these people still get classified as either male or female. All 500 of them.
Okay, so this is where the fundamental misunderstanding is happening. Like, why are they categorized that way, and when do we categorize people as male or female? Also, when you say like which way their like the production of these gametes are going later on in life, right? Like sometimes the doctors just like decide that at birth because it could go either way, and so they have to do some sort of surgery to make them go one way or the other. Like I don't know.
Irrelevant.
Huh?
That's irrelevant.
No, it's like entirely no.
The doctors
that is
think
what
what they
paid
see
to.
on a baby is irrelevant. Like that's not how we define it biologically.
You keep saying biologically. What?
I'm serious. Sex development in humans and other mammals is mutually antagonistic. If one reproductive system starts to develop, it inhibits the other. This is why individuals with ovotesticular disorder still develop towards one or the other reproductive role. The genetic and hormonal mechanisms do not allow both male and female systems to fully develop in the same individual. Thus, the inability to completely develop of both systems means that the individual with OT-DSD will have one main reproductive system.
Okay.
And that's what they get classified as.
But you don't know that at birth.
Yeah, it's medical literature.
No, what I'm saying is, you don't know which way it's going to go at birth. So often they classify them before before, like at birth, they classify them, and then they have to do some sort of like corrective surgery at birth, usually, or very, very, very young. So that's what I'm saying. Where
That's
the
bad.
labels are arbitrary because that's like how scientifical, or all scientific labeling is. It's all arbitrary and based off of like where we decide, someone has to make a decision at some point where we're going to draw the line for one thing or another. And it doesn't, the way that we've defined things in the past don't really make much sense, so they've stopped identifying things that way.
No, but you're just wrong. Like again,
Tell
there's
me why.
Damn, we got blown up. Let's go.
Wait, hold the fuck up. Why?
because there's 500 cases of this one that you're talking about where
I'm not just talking about. I'm not. No, hold the fuck up. I'm not like sticking to this one. I'm talking about how we define things and how we draw lines in scientific literature is based off of a philosophy, right?
No, it's
And
based on biology.
okay, what is bio like? Where
Does biology find
wait,
male and
hold on,
female
hold
in
on, I got
nature?
this. Yeah. Where in the fuck do you find male or female in nature? Basically.
In all sexually dimorphic animals.
No, that's not what I asked. Where do you find male or female?
In all sexually dimorphic animals.
Okay.
Have a male
I'm
and
gonna
like
ask you
even
one more
other,
time.
even other species of animals, like when they
What?
look different, like some animals
Where
have
do we
a
find the
female is
word?
larger,
Like,
but like we
where do
just
we
define it
find
by
the
which
word?
pathway
Where do
their
we
body
find
went
the
down.
word? Where do we find the word male or female in nature?
That doesn't matter. You're trying to go like the
No.
fucking
No,
Because
this is
because
essential
where
to
do we
your
find the word
argument, my
this
male?
is
It
guy.
doesn't.
this is literally what the
You're just trying to
argument
say that
boils
like
down to.
science can't actually determine things. You're just like right in
No,
That's
no, no,
not
no, that's
no.
not at
all of
all.
them.
Oops, I accidentally just deleted one of Jay Leap's messages. My bad. No, this is why I'm bringing this up because at some point someone had to make the decision. This is where I'm going to draw the line for what it means to be male. This is where I'm going to draw the line of where it means to be female. And those things have changed in the past like 100 years as we've gotten more and more advanced with our medical technology, right? And how we label things and classify things. And as medical literature has advanced, and as medical literature has gotten um, more granular on how we define things, it's gotten a lot more difficult to define someone as intrinsically male or intrinsically female. And we can look at many different kinds of uh, birth, like intersex individuals, right? Like who are intersex at birth that disprove what you're saying. It's not just like whether they're going to end up being male or end up being female. No, we usually have to make the decision at some point to define them as that. But that's not necessarily how it has to be, or even what the biologists of today are saying.
No, but this is where it's like
Uh,
you're just like going into like abstractions. But like the truth is that like how do we determine like which of other animals are the male and female? Like how do we do
we
that? And
we
like
de- we
have
def-
a consistent rule, which is by which which gamete their body went down the path of trying to develop. This is how we classify all animals on which one is the male and which one is the female. And
Wait,
just like because we hadn't researched certain conditions before doesn't mean that we just still don't apply that consistent reasoning.
no,
you read
to
okay.
these
that's
Hold,
like
hold, Sansa,
research
hold,
that
hold
doesn't
on.
support some.
So animals themselves aren't always like just either male or female. A lot of them can be both at certain parts of their development. And if we go back to this right here, this
why
article
it's
right here
sexually
from
dimorphic animals.
1982, ovulation in a cytogenetically proved phenotypically male fertile hermaphrodite, a person who has produced eggs that ovulated, or that it's suggested that it had ovulated at some point. This person was able to produce eggs and has fathered a child. They are both male and female by this definition that you've constructed here. If we go by production of gametes, no, they are male and female by this definition that you've constructed. Are you saying that just because they fathered a child is or because they shot the load that they're just a male?
Yeah, so they wouldn't be able to like be impregnated, but they can
Okay, so then it's not based around. So then it's not based around gamete production. It's based around whether or not you like mother or father or child. That's not. You're not using your definitions are not consistent. What do you mean?
No,
No. Your definition was based around the production of gametes. I just showed you an example where both gametes were being produced.
I linked a bunch of signs on this.
And I only need one example to disprove.
Really quick, just to clear things up for both of you, the example that you listed, or that you put forward, like the person was producing both eggs and sperm.
Yes.
And they have a main and second, like that's what this one is. Ovotesticular disorder.
Right.
Parts of the other one, but you have a
Right.
main one, and that's what you're classified as because your body went down that
Wait, really
development
quick.
path.
I don't know if really quick. I don't know if you can turn off whatever that buzzing is. I couldn't understand you over it.
Give me a sec.
So the production of gametes, this person went down both routes, went down the sperm route and the egg route. By that definition, they are both male and female. How do you account for that?
You read all of the
No. How do you account for that?
wrong here. It's like they still get classified as male or female because they have a main one that they went down, and the other one.
Okay. So then your definition still isn't consistent.
No, it's not my definition.
The definition of it goes down a particular route. Now it goes down this route more than the other. You just created a new definition. You've just backed off your current definition.
Wait, hold on.
No, I'm not backing off.
Let's hear him. I can't hear what he's saying.
Sorry.
This is just like how it is. Like it's not my definition. This is how we biologically classify.
The definition you've presented has an inconsistency in it.
No, it doesn't. You can just read more literature on this.
I just provided. I'm going.
1982. There were not 500 known cases back then.
I'm going.
Much more now, and we have classified.
The thing is, if you're
Go
for it.
Like you
Really
guys are
quick.
arguing against just like
My
things
dude,
that are
really quick though. You're citing in a study, like a single study about a single like kind of intersex individual, right? That has 500 people, or 500 people that have at that point had the condition, right? And
No, that's what
it's saying.
He's linking one paper.
No, but really quick.
I'm linking multiple sources on
Oh, okay.
multiple of these conditions that there are now 500 in total known of, and they are all still classified as male or female.
Okay, really quick. What I need to understand is this. Are you saying that there are 500 studies on this, or 500 individuals that you're talking about this specific kind of intersex?
There are 500 known cases of ovotesticular
Thanks,
disorder.
Sean.
Okay, so why are you focusing on just that one when there's cases that aren't related to that disprove
That's what Bones is doing.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
doing one case that was-
Yeah, I'm bringing up a specific example where I'm bringing up a specific example where this is the most obvious like attack against this definition. When you're making the definition of sex is defined as as what you classify when you go towards like a specific when it goes towards gametic production. If a person is going through both routes with gametic production, they're both sexes under this classification. And under all people with ovotestis, that is this case. They go through it through different variations of production. Like some may just have like one testicle and a vagina, like among other things, like one ovary, and they have like a testicle and a dick. Like you can't just say, oh, they go towards like one route of production and then they go through both, but since this person went through more through one route, we get to classify them as that. No, you have just contradicted your definition there.
No, so the problem is here that you're linking one study from 1982.
No, this is with everyone with ovotesticular disorder. This is literally with all of them. I'm giving you this one example to focus on because it is the most obvious example.
There's this really cool thing that when like usually when you hear multiple people, or when you hear someone talking, you get information. And when multiple people talk, you would think you would get more information, but actually we get 0% of that information. So really quick, what I need to understand
Thank you
is
for following
if there's someone
Quibbles Over
from
Coffee.
like even if it's like one instance, if there are instances of people that produce both gametes, right? Both eggs and sperms, right? Both the wigglers and the little circle boys, right? If that exists, then which would we classify them as? If they're both functional and they're being produced.
And that's what I'm saying. That you link this case of this one case from 1982, but we have more studies now. We have again 500 total known cases. I've linked like
But
7
it's not
different.
the only kind of being intersex is the problem that I'm having. That's why I'm wondering why we're focusing on this one.
The reason why we're the reason why we're focusing on this is because it's yeah, go for it.
You're not like help. I've seen your thing, and it's like, yes, this is one study from 1982 when we had less information on this. We now have
Oh my god.
it's like 500 cases totally known. I'm linking you multiple studies that you can all just like read. These are the studies on it, and we do classify all these people as male or female because they have one that is fully functional, like this one, whereas he was male fertility.
So now it has to be functional.
The other one is. That's how we classify it in this. Yeah.
So earlier you said it going towards like gametic production.
Went down.
So earlier the definition was going towards like a specific gamete that you produce, and now it's only functional, correct? That you've just moved the goalpost right here.
No, again, I haven't studied disorders. I'm not one of these people are fucking.
You have just provided two different definitions to me.
On something that's like not like you're trying to create a thunk right here, but like you're just wrong.
No, you made yourself wrong when you've just produced two different definitions, my guy.
Really quick, I can't
swear.
Let me hear what his point is, because I'm trying to understand why.
Okay,
why
I need to stop steamrolling him. I need to stop steamrolling.
Isn't
Okay.
consistent here.
I'm just gonna mute. So let him speak.
I may not be explaining it like perfectly, but like this is just like a thing that like has annoyed me for a while, like because like just shout it down, but like I'm just trying to like explain why this is like not completely accurate. And like you can link one study from 1982 when we had less known cases of this, but the intersex condition you're talking about is testicular disorder. There's about 500 known cases. You can read all the studies, and like even with this one in the 80s, we still classify them as male as female by which one they are either fertile in or which one they mainly went down is I believe it's described. And again, I might not be describing it perfectly, but you can just read all these studies. Like this is just an objective fact of biology that we still classify these as people with ovotesticular disorder as either male or female because they're not they can't be fertile in both, so they can't like inseminate some woman and get pregnant. But like in this one where he was fertile as a male, and he gets classified as male.
What about like in the case of people that are both fertile as a female and like could get a person pregnant as a male?
We're debating whether sex is binary.
It literally is a thing. True hermaphroditism. Someone just linked it. Gonadal intersex.
Can I get that link? I'm not in chat right now.
Oh, I just Googled it.
Oh. Well, can I get that link?
Oh, like the Google search link?
Yeah, if you can just like post it.
I just DM'd it to you. I guess I could put it in the call-in chat, like.
Okay.
Alright, so the one you've linked doesn't have an abstract, so you can't actually read any of it, but you're just focusing on the words traitism, which is
no,
what
there's
a lot of these...
I clicked on like the I googled gonadal intersex. I went down to wait, fuck. Oh, here I can link this. It has an abstract. It says true hermaphroditism, the rarest form of intersex, is usually diagnosed during the newborn period in the course of evaluating ambiguous genitalia. As an exception, we present an unusual case of 15-year-old boy with phenotypically normal male genitalia and bilaterally descended ovotestes who was seen for evaluation. Oh fuck! Wow, holy words! Evaluation of intermittent scrotal swelling and pain. Although rare, true hermaphroditism should be included in the differential diagnosis of apparently normal males presenting with similar complaints.
So do you notice how they still call the person, they still are saying male?
Yes, and that's what my problem here is. Why? If you like,
Because
because
scientists do have a consistent definition to classify even intersex conditions.
Right, but that definition doesn't hold true because they're producing both kinds of gametes.
That's what I'm saying. That's like you're literally just like wrong here. Like in these studies, like that's why they still are saying male and female in these studies, because like we still do classify it by they still get classified as male or female.
They can get
wait,
labeled
hold the fuck
Hold on.
up. No, they're not classifying him as a male. They said the unusual case of a 15-year-old boy, and then they start talking about male genitalia and female genitalia. What? Apparently normal males presenting with similar complaints. It's not assigning him a sex. They're saying apparently this, but not like a sex.
Okay.
That means, right? Seemingly, but not but maybe not actually.
Yeah, so that's how a lot of these cases don't get discovered and can be like, and again, misclassified at like birth by like a doctor, but like the literature on the condition itself still classifies male.
No, it's not classifying.
They just label that. When you get assigned a label of male or female at birth. That you get assigned that. You don't it is not classified, it is assigned. Based on what the doctor can see at birth. And it can be subject to change over time. If shit goes south. Or not, well, I shouldn't say shit going south, but like if things change, because people can have their sex change over time based on what puberty they go through. You can have people that are born as a man who are assigned male at birth because they have like a penis and go through a female puberty. Like, hold on, I can probably find it in a moment.
Like, you can keep like saying things, but like you can just like read more of these like.
Yeah, read more theory. Gotcha.
I linked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I will admit that like trying to go through gonadal.
What you're talking about, and like
which
you can just like.
But in general.
Yeah. And like it's not like an opinion, it's not against trans people, it's like an annoying thing because like then people get like shouted down for being when you're just like saying things that are like wrong.
No,
no.
Again, like that's not what my okay. We're just like completely talking past each other because
yeah, because you're trying to connect this position to like, oh, if you don't agree with this, it's like transphobic, or like it's like you're going this is just a common thing that gets like misrepresented.
But I'm not. My question is, right? If there are, right? Okay, look, I've said this like 5 times. I don't understand why, if we're going to be classifying people, right, as male or female, and there are instances of people, right, and like if the definition of male or female is based off of gametes that are being produced, and there are instances of people that are producing both gametes that are functional, right? Then why are we classifying those individuals as one or the other?
Because again, we're not like it's not by the production of the gamete itself. Because again, like there's people that are infertile for all different reasons that don't actually produce it, but they're Yeah, I can read the quote again.
But I'm including what you're saying, right? Functional, right? This is like you're talking about them being functional, but this is someone who's producing functional gametes of both types.
Like, this is just like, again, where it's like, I don't know like what you're like trying to debate me on, because like it's just like you can just like actually read into the cases and of like 500 of this disorder, and like in all of them,
Okay, well,
And
I'll read the study.
and there's an
I'll read it.
instance
it's like an annoying
where
thing, like, like trying to
Because
be on
like,
this.
I've asked them, like 5 different kinds of things, like like to try and understand like what you're trying to say here.
my
But
fucking god, this dude is so fucking
I'm asking
stupid.
about like different kinds
This
of
Blue Star
insects,
kid
not
is
the
so
kind of
fucking
insects that you're talking
dumb.
about, 'cause there's multiple different kinds,
Anyways.
right? Do you recognize that?
Yeah, but this is the one people are normally talking about when
Okay, but I'm not talking about that. That's the thing.
I mean the other ones are even more relevant because they're like 100% male or female.
No.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I'll
there's no
I'll
like
just
100%
actually,
male or female. Like what?
No, like what is it, like CHAS?
I'm going to
like,
continue.
Or PCOS is like specifically like
guys. I'll let you guys
female
talk.
disorders.
Yeah, I can continue this with him.
I mean, there's not much to continue. Like, it's just like an annoying thing that people get wrong for like no
Well,
reason.
well,
It doesn't,
no,
like,
no,
help
no.
people.
You're the one who
It
has it.
doesn't help
You're the one who
people
has it
out.
wrong. Your definition doesn't hold up.
No, so again, like, you're just like saying that, and, like trying to debate this off, like, oh, like gotcha, but like, you can just like.
Well, yes, because your definition is not consistent with reality.
No, so like, I'm not trying to say I'm describing this perfectly. You keep trying to get like a gotcha on like the words.
Yes, because I am testing whether your definition is perfectly consistent with what we can observe in reality, and we do not observe
It's
this
not my
in
definition,
reality.
that's what I'm saying.
The definition that you've provided, I'm not saying that it is your star standard definition. I'm telling you that this is the definition you have provided. And I'm saying that the definition that you've provided is inconsistent with reality.
2017, 2017,
Dude,
2011.
do you know how fucking definitions do you know how definitions work, okay? Do you know how definitions work? If you're trying to prescribe a definition that is supposed to cover 100% of all cases, and if I can find at least one situation where that fails to be the case, your definition does not work for 100% of the cases, and therefore cannot be prescribed to 100% of these cases. Not to mention that the fact that we're focusing on gonadal sex in general is because it is the closest you can get to a binary, and even then it will fail. Because you have people who can produce neither gamete. You can have people who produce both gametes. You can have people that have partial structures of both and produce neither gametes, or produce one of the gametes. Like, there's a plethora of examples where this fails, and you have failed to concede on this because of hubris. Cool?
Like, you can keep saying that, but like, what do you think you're saying? What you're saying helps like trans people? 'Cause it just like doesn't. It's just like outdated science from the 80s.
This is about whether sex is binary. Like,
And like,
like what?
100% of people still do, and like.
Like the idea of like
the
idea of like
it's like so annoying because like this point like doesn't actually like matter, because like you're trying to say like, oh, sex isn't binary because of ovotesticular disorder.
There's more cases that we could focus on, but this is the specific. This is one specific to the gametic argument. Yes, it is. Do you know what a? Okay, no. We can move on to chromosomal sex if you want to go down there. Do you want to go down the mosaic strat where you can have like 93% of one sex chromosome and then 7% of the other? Because I can find you sources on that. Where chromosomal sex isn't binary, or like even in the sense of like your own body.
That's just again like just irrelevant. Chromosomes are not how we like define sex. I'm saying like I'm just telling you that like this is how.
You're right. We don't define sex by chromosomes. We define it based on an aggregate of sex fucking characteristics. Like.
No, that's just wrong.
That's.
Like, it doesn't like.
Jesus Christ.
Like, you blinked me like one study from 1982, and I blinked you
No,
7.
okay. The point of me linking that study was to disprove your definition as like some sort of 100% all-inclusive definition of all cases of like people born. That was me disproving that right there, stopping you right there from keeping you from saying sex is 100% binary, because it ain't. And the fact that we're even debating like the minutia of this right now, the fact that I'm sitting here bringing up this specific example of a person who can produce both egg and sperm, and the fact that you still haven't conceded on this point is just absurd to me. I don't know why you're still holding on to this position when it's been disproven. You can have all the studies in the world that say, they either produce like egg or sperm, or like they may have like a penis and all that. Like, no, if you have like a specific instance where your definition is wrong, then you cannot say that sex is binary based on that definition if there are people that can fall outside of that binary.
So you're getting really like mad about this and like passionate about this, but like it's just like, I guess where I can go with this is like, why do you think it's just like outdated science helps?
It's not how is the instance how is providing an example of things that have occurred in reality that disprove your definition somehow like outdated or not relevant? Because you're using outdated as a proxy for this is irrelevant to me. You need to tell me why we should just get rid of this case that disproves your definition because it's old.
Because it doesn't. We have about 500 cases.
So okay, so are you so are you just saying that this are you saying that this case didn't happen in 1982?
No, it did, and we would.
Okay. So guess what? Guess what? This breaks down the binary right there.
No, because it's classified as male.
You mean assigned male?
Classified biologically.
Okay, they were assigned. No. They were assigned male at birth, and then later in this person's life, the doctor saw, hey, this person had eggs at this point, and they probably ovulated at some point. Well, damn, we might be. This person is able to produce both gametes, and there you go.
Again, you can like.
They're not they are assigned sex at birth because of their penis, that doctor saw at birth. So let's get that straight. Okay, cool.
Like this is just like you can keep like mauling about this, but like what I'm saying is just like true.
Wrong. We're just running it. Okay, we're running in circles, bud. Like
7 studies from the 2010s and.
Do they conclusively say sex is binary? Do they? No. Do these studies say that sex is binary? Okay, Mark, I'm muting it. So, do these studies say whether sex is binary? Go. Okay, cool. He's out. That's all I